Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome everybody to the Get Fit With Me, Expanding Your Physical and Mental Fitness group. This group is for individuals who are ready to expand their physical and mental fitness while helping others with their goals find success all along the way. If you are excited to be here today and are ready to stretch and move a little bit, drop a ready in the comments and let me know or give me a thumbs up to make sure you guys can hear and see me okay. Perfect. So before we do introductions, Karen is leading us today. We're all going to stand up. We are not going to sit down at all until I tell you you are allowed to. It's only 30 minutes. I don't care what angle you're showing us, but we are going to stand up. Second thing we're going to do is I want you to place your feet underneath your hips and reach all the way up towards the sky. Just stretch. Just let your body stretch apart from each other. I know I've been in front of a computer. Let's lean over to the left just a little. I know I've been in front of a computer a lot today. And over to the right. So just stretching like this is just going to give some instant relief. Good. Let's come on back. Awesome. So before we get into the workshop portion, I want to know a few things from you guys. I want to know who you are, where you're from, and what you are looking forward to most about this workshop. So Julie, would you like to start us off?
Sure. I am Julie, and I am from Mason, but teach in Leslie. And actually, when you said the pain, I would like to not be in pain.
Perfect. Where are you finding you have the most pain going on?
Actually, the most is usually in my hands and my wrists, but I'm old, so everywhere.
So today we are going to be focusing on some forearm stretches, which should help with those hands and those wrists a lot. So we are going to make sure to touch on that. Happy to have you here. Excited to have you in the group.
Thank you.
Jean, who are you? Where are you from? And what are you looking forward to most today?
I am Jean, and I am from Onondaga, but I teach in Leslie. It's like 7 miles apart, so it's almost the same thing. And then I just wanted to be here to participate and keep moving. Any extra movement is always good. And so here I am.
Excited to have you here. And I'm excited to see you're at school and you're back on normal routine. So yay to that. Karen, who are you? Where are you from? And what are you looking forward to getting out of this?
I am Karen, and I live in Rising Sun, Maryland. And I am excited to meet all of you ladies. And I'm also excited to get pain out of my shoulders. Like, that is my worst area.
Are you finding your pain is in the front or the back, or just kind of all around in those shoulders?
Everywhere. Everywhere.
Well, perfect. We're going to make sure to hit those points as well. Jean, are you having pain anywhere? Kind of like normal pain that occurs when you sit at your desk or when you're doing something for long periods? You're muted, sorry.
My computer told me that too. If I sit, like yesterday, I sat for literally 2 hours at my desk working, and I got up and my hips were like, what are you doing? So I needed, and then once I walked, everything kind of loosened up. So it was a lot better. And today has been a little bit better because I got cold. So then I walked because I was cold. And then I'm doing good on my water today. So that's making me walk to the bathroom more. So I'm sitting less.
Perfect. I'm going to show you a hip stretch today as well. I think I've showed it to you in the past, but we're going to make sure to go over it. And Melissa, I see you're here. Are you able to introduce yourself? Tell us where you're from and the reason you are here today, or what you are hoping to get out of today's call. And I know she may be at an appointment, so we'll see.
Yeah, briefly, I can say Valisa Brisley from Ann Arbor. I'll say I'm your awesome aunt. And I'm hoping to, so I work from home, but sitting at the computer, sometimes definitely get pain in the hips or like rounded back. So some nice stretches for that would be a good thing.
And we are going to hit those. You guys have all talked about the major pain points at which almost everybody who sits for some portion of their day hits. So I'm going to just tell a quick story. I went from being a full-time personal trainer on their feet 15,000 steps a day. My back hurt from being on my feet all day to COVID hitting and me not doing anything. I started to get all this pain that you guys were talking about, and I was like, how do people tolerate this for the length of their career, that they're in front of a computer or sitting? So I did 3 things. I got myself an adjustable desk. I either I sit on a stool, I stand, I move around like this throughout my day as much as I can. That is super helpful. 2, if you were here for last week's training, which I know 3 of you were, for the office workout, I incorporate that into my day, which is just a 6-minute workout. And if you missed it, let me know. And I drop a me in the comments and I'll make sure to tag you in last week's workout so you can get that in. And then I started stretching and finding all these places that we were tight. I started to do this and I felt like I started to walk with a limp at one point because my hips were tight and nothing was comfortable. So we are going to start from the bottom down today. This, you guys can all sit down now. I'm going to let you sit down, but only for this portion. So grab your chair. We're going to start with the figure 4 stretch. So the figure 4 stretch is going to work these hip muscles. So I want you to place those feet. You're going to sit on the edge of your chair, just like this. You're going to place those feet underneath your knees, and then you're going to kind of cross your legs. So you're going to try to bring that right ankle up onto that left knee. Right here, you can probably already feel that in that right hip. You can feel some tightness. If you're thinking, Maureen, I can't get my leg up there, that's okay. Extend that bottom leg, straighten it out a little bit. It's going to give you a little bit more flexibility. If you can, try to get it to 90. So right here, maybe you're feeling, oh, this is great. I can stretch a little more. Put your hand on that knee. Slight pressure down to open that hip up, and then you can lean forward with a nice flat back. You're going to feel a nice sense of relief in that hip. How's that feeling?
Good.
This is one of my favorites. If you if you only stretch one exercise every single day, do this one before you get out of bed, because it is so important, because none of us sleep how we're supposed to on our back. And if you do, I give you all the props, because I know I don't, and it messes with those hips. Good, so engage that core, sit on up, and let's switch on over to the other side. So things to remember while we are stretching. The stretches we are doing, oh yeah, I see that face, that hip's a little tight. My left one's usually worse. You can press down on that knee if you need to, or lean forward. You want to hold a static stretch anywhere from 30 to 40 seconds. Today, we may not hit that 30 to 40 seconds just because I want to make sure we get through everything. And then something else that I know a lot of people don't know is you should repeat it twice on each side, or repeat the exercise twice. Good. Let's drop that side. And due to that, let's go back to that right side. Does anybody have an idea on why it would be important to stretch it a second time? So the importance of stretching it the second time is, so think about when you go out and you start walking in the cold. Your muscles are all tight and you're like, this is so awful, I'm cold, and it's just rigid. Well, when you are able to go back, you're probably noticing this right hip, you can stretch a little bit further the second time. It's warm, those muscles are warm, those tendons and those ligaments are warm, your flexibility is a little bit stronger. So at least 2 times, up to 4 times, but I know that always calls for a lot of stretching. We don't always have that amount of time in our day. let's bring that leg down and switch on over that left leg. Now this is my tighter leg, so I'm really going to be able to tell that I can lean on forward. And recognize that I'm leaning forward with a nice flat back. I'm not rounding myself forward. I'm keeping my back nice and flat, nice straight line from my head to my tailbone. Remembering to take some deep breaths. Good, slowly release. How are your guys' hips feeling? Kind of feeling a little loose and limber now? A lot better than when we started? Perfect. Now stand on up, because now we're tired of sitting. We're done sitting. You get to sit the rest of the day after we're done. I'm going to have you turn your chair so that your hands are on the back. You can also use your desk depending on the height of things. You're going to place your hands on the back of your chair. Take your feet a little bit wider than hip width apart and walk those feet back and slowly push your butt back towards the wall behind you or whatever's behind you and let your head kind of sink down in between your arms. Perfect. That looks great, you guys. Right here, you should feel a nice stretch from all the way down your arm, through your lats, through your obliques. Try to keep a light bend in your knees, so we don't want to lock them out. We want to keep a nice soft bend. And we just want to take 3 deep breaths here. So think about inhaling through your nose, filling your belly with all of the air. A nice strong exhale out through our mouth. And with each exhale, I want you to try to sink a little bit lower in between your arms. This is a great one to help open that chest up, and you should be feeling those shoulder blades kind of squeeze together as well. Good, we're going to engage our core as we bring ourselves back up to standing. I'm going to add one in between before we go back to that one for the second time. Place your feet underneath your hips. Just do some shoulder rolls backwards. How often do you guys just do shoulder rolls in your day?
Never.
So I have a client that I work with and she's 85. And when we do this is her favorite because it's the instant relief. Because we do these and she's like, I feel better already. I'm like, we still have like 58 more minutes to go of our session. So we're going to do some other things. But it creates such a release right away. Good. Let's bring our hands back to that chair. Nice little bend in our knees. Push those hips back. Nice straight line from your head to your tailbone. Good. Let that head sink down in between. Are you feeling like you can sink a little lower? I can't even see Karen anymore, so I know she's sunk down even lower.
I'm here.
Good. And this is a good one to really think about that breathing. You should feel that release in that lower back. I'll sometimes shake my hips from side to side just a little, and I'll get a few little different stretches, going through some of those different back muscles. Good, let's come on up. Let's go into some more shoulder rolls backwards. If you want to do big arm circles backwards, you are more than welcome to. I usually just stick with the shoulder rolls for anyone who has shoulder issues. It's a little more on the safe side rather than trying to swing your arms all the way around. So hips are feeling good. Lower back's feeling a little bit better. Now let's move out into this crud up here. This is the turtling we do. My mom used to call it turtling when I'd show horses and I would ride my horse like this. So pull your shoulders back and down. I want you to take those hands and push your arms back behind you. So my palms are facing back. You're opening that chest up, but watch my shoulders. I'm not up here. I'm relaxing them back and down. You can do a few things here. You can grab onto your chair if you would like to help add some stability. You can lock your hands, or if you can't do any of that, that's okay. Just push those hands behind you. Take a few deep breaths here. Open that chest up. Good. So now we're going to take our arms and you're gonna bring them out in front. You're gonna show me your palms. And right now I'm standing up nice and straight. I want us to tuck your chin to your chest, roll your shoulders forward and push those palms away. Yes. You are gonna feel an awesome stretch through those arms, down that spine. This is one of the only times I allow you guys to round your shoulders purposely. Good. Now let's roll those shoulders back and down. Shake out those arms. When we're ready, we're gonna move those hands back behind to open that chest back up. How's everyone feeling so far? Are we feeling good? Moving too fast? Anything complicated that I'm talking over? Okay. So I am gonna have a quiz though. How long should we be holding our stretches?
30 seconds.
Perfect. How many times are we going through it? You guys all ace this. We got two teachers in here right now, so we know they're good at quizzes.
2 times.
Oh yeah, sorry. I forget you. You're at home. I forget about that. Good, let's take those hands. Show me your palms. Chin to your chest. Round on forward. I like to do a little rock sometimes from side to side. Good. Good, let's pull those shoulders back and down. Awesome, okay. We're gonna move into that neck area. The neck can be kind of a sensitive area. It's also a very important area because it's what allows us to look at our phone, look at our computer, look at everything that we're doing. So we're gonna end with our forearm just to end, but we're gonna do our neck first. So I want you to first take your right ear to your right shoulder. Try not to let your body sink, so keep yourself up nice. Yep. We should probably feel a good stretch on that left side there. Take that left hand, place it behind your back, so it kind of looks like a chicken wing. And the more you work with me, the more you'll learn I say chicken wing a lot. And then you can take your right hand, place it on the outside of that left side of your head. You can give a slight pull towards that right shoulder. That's gonna intensify, oh yeah, it's gonna intensify that stretch. We only wanna get to a point where we wanna feel a nice stretch, but it should never be painful. The reason the arm is going behind the back is to release this muscle up on top and to allow to elongate that stretch. Go, let's release that top hand, release that bottom, and let's switch the other side. So left ear, left shoulder, right hand goes behind, hand goes the outside of that head if you would like. Slight pull and pressure. Good. Our neck stretches are ones that we don't do very often or at all really. And it's very important for us to keep good posture, for us to still be able to drive when we get older. If we lose this neck mobility, imagine trying to check your blind spot if you can't turn your neck. And all of our computer work, good, let's release that, forces us to keep all of that locked in, and we want to start to loosen some of that up. Good. Remember, grab water as you need it. You guys have a water goal, make sure you're drinking it. We're gonna go back to that other side. So left hand goes behind, right ear, right shoulder, hand goes the outside of that head, slight pull. Because this is the second time, this should be a little less intense of a stretch for the same spot you were hitting before. Good. Nice deep breaths. Good. Release that hand, release that arm, shake it out. Let's go to the other side. And you'll find, I know my right trap, so this part, that part on the top I was talking about, I feel that is a lot tighter. That is because I use my mouse in my right hand. So my right hand is working more. crazy enough for any of you who have horses. I'm not sure if it's the same for cattle, but so it is, your body works in a cross section. So when your right shoulder and your right trap and your right arm is being overused, good and relaxed, you tend to have more left hip problems. Your body's an X. So keep that in mind. My hip is killing me today, and it's because I am so tight in my right side. So keep that in mind. If you start to feel tightness, are you overworking something on one side? Is that why that's feels that certain way? So next one we're gonna do is you're gonna bring your chin to your chest. You get to make a triple chin here. Have fun with this. Bring your chin to your chest. Feel a nice little stretch. And then if you want to place your hands on the back and place slight pressure down, you will feel a great stretch from the back of that skull all the way to about the middle of your spine. Good. Release those hands and come up. Now we're gonna go the opposite way. We're always looking down. Let's look up. Looking all the way up now at the sky, but I'm not looking up. I'm keeping my hips tucked, my core nice and tight, and I'm just moving my neck. This is gonna hit these muscles through here. You may also feel some muscles in the back of your neck start to stretch. Good. Slowly bring that head on down. So we want to make sure we do that both times. Something that you guys have probably seen is neck circles. If you enjoy doing those, I do have one recommendation. You should only do a smiley face and then the other side. So never go fully in a circle. Go from shoulder to shoulder. And then when you're ready to go to the back, drop that head back and then go shoulder to shoulder. When your head goes over that shoulder portion, you'll get kind of like a clicking sound, and you want to avoid that. So if you like to do shoulder circles, split it up. Do the front a few times, then do the back a few times. Okay, let's get into our forearms. These are one of my favorites. Take that right palm out, lock your left elbow in, show me your palm. Take your left hand, pull those fingers back towards you. Should feel a nice stretch all through here. If you're not feeling it very much, extend that arm away from your body, having less bend in your elbow. It's going to intensify that stretch. How's that feeling? Good. This is a great one because we type, we text, we do all those things. These are our flexors. So they're making our fingers flex and move. And now let's flip it over. We're going to stretch our extensors. So our extensors are what help us open our finger up. You're going to pull those fingers back towards you. Same thing. The more bend you have in your elbow, the easier it's going to be. The straighter your arm is, the more intense that stretches. Pulling those fingers back towards you. Good. A lot of times our flexors, probably about 90% of the time, our flexors are activated more than our extensors. So, and you guys eat asparagus, those purple rubber bands that asparagus comes on.
Mm-hmm.
You take that, put it on the outside of your fingers and open and close. I don't even have an extra ponytail. You're going to start working those extensors. Let's go to the other side. Lock that elbow in, show your palm, grab those fingers, pull on back, extend that arm. Good. Try to relax our shoulders. Don't let them round forward. Yeah. Our natural habit is to shrink all on up. That's what we do all day long. So we want to just take some time to breathe through, stretch out these muscles. Good. And let's flip on over and do the extensors. Have any of you guys had pain during any of these stretches?
Yes.
Yes, like good, like a stretch kind of pain, like, oh, I need to be stretching more.
I can't believe it's been so long since I stretched pain. The one where you did the chicken wing and the head. Oh my gosh, that was terrible.
You were circles. Oh yeah. We don't stretch our neck like we're supposed to. So I could go on for hours with stretches, but to do a little recap, we started with that seated figure four, where we're sitting down, figure four, 90 degrees at the toe, sitting up straight, pressing down, leaning forward if we want to intensify. After that, we put our hands on the back of our chair, walk those feet back, forward, folded forward. After that, we reached behind us to open that chest up. After those, we did some shoulder rolls backwards. We did some forearm stretch. We did the neck stretch. We did look up and look down. I will tag you guys all in the replay because I know we went through a lot. So if you want to ever reference it, you are always more than welcome to. I want to know now, what is your biggest takeaway? / what did you learn that you're going to move on and keep doing? I want to know what you are committed to doing for next week. So is it I'm going to try to stretch more? Is it I'm going to work on my water? Is it I'm going to get my second apple in? What are you working on from now until next week when I see you? So let's start with Karen, because you are the first one unmuted.
All right. Well, I'm going to definitely work on something that the chicken wing thing was like, felt really tight in here. So I need to do that, or, when we did the first one with our hands behind our backs, I could only lock my fingers. And when we did the second one, I could grab both hands. So it's there. I just got to get it.
And the more you can focus on that now, the longer you're going to be able to lift your arms up and do that mobility that we lose as we age. It all of a sudden happens and you're like, oh, yeah, I can't do that anymore. So I love that commitment. I love what you learned. Jean, you want to go next?
Sure. I have been better from last week getting the second apple in, so that is turning out good. I think what I need to do is the hip ones, because even in my not so great jeans, I could do it and I could feel a difference, but I feel like I need to probably put a sticky note on my computer screen that says, do your hip stretches, and maybe I can try to commit to that, like either right before or right after I eat my lunch, because that'd be a good time that I know I'm sitting at my desk without any students around. So
I love that. And you can throw that into our accountability. So start adding that into you don't have to send a picture. You can just text it, but it's up to you. Julie, what did you learn and what are you committing to for next week?
Well, I'm going to remember that tomorrow when I wake up and my arms and chest hurt, that I'm not having a heart attack, which is what I thought the last time when I was trimming bushes. And I'm like, oh my God, I think I'm having a heart attack. No, it was just, I hadn't used these muscles. So my arms ache now. So I'm going to keep doing whatever. I don't even remember which one when they started aching, but if I do the routine, it won't hurt anymore. And then my goal for this week has been my water. And yesterday was bad, but I've had 60 ounces as of right now. So I don't think I'm too bad for today. So
that's awesome. Can I ask, what is your goal that you try to reach every day or that you're trying to get?
Half of my body weight in ounces. So
Perfect.
Roughly about 100 ounces of water. I mean, that's a little bit more than my body weight, but that's just the easier thing to shoot for than trying to figure out exactly what half of, and that is. So I just go for 100.
That's perfect. So if you feel like you're averaging 60 or 70 ounces so let's say you've been averaging 70 all week, try for 75. Instead of looking for that 100 every day, look for only 5 ounces more or 8 ounces more, something that you know is an easy glass. And then work on that for a week and then slowly build up. One, because your bladder won't hate you as much and you won't have to run to the bathroom as frequently if you slowly build the endurance with it, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does.
I think those are great goals. Thank you for being here today. I'm excited to see you and have you in the group.
Oh, thank you for the invite, Jean. So that's why I'm here.
Yay. Belisa, are you able to talk? If so, what did you get out of this and what are you committing to for next week?
Yes. I would say stuff that I got out of it was some helpful. I mean, the stretches seemed so easy, or like, why wasn't I doing them before? So they were great options that didn't take that much time, and it was helpful to know like the time and to go through them twice. Because sometimes I have a tendency of just like rolling my neck or maybe stretching my arms a couple times, and then that's it, to make it more worthwhile. So that's good. And I, like Jean said, put a sticky note on the desk, as a reminder to do it, because that will probably help too, instead of waiting till it's too late or till it really hurts. And then I guess for the week, I've been doing a lot better of sticking to my exercise routine, but I'm trying to incorporate 2 days where I walk. And I've usually been able to do one day, but I haven't been able to get the second day. So I'm going to really try and make that more of an effort to do it, because one, it's nice just to get the fresh air and get my legs stretched that way. So I'm going to really try and make that my focus.
I think that's awesome. I think that's perfect. You have a great commitment. You guys all have great commitments that you're going to make until I see you next week. I will be checking in with you to see how they are going. So I'll either check in with you next week or you may get a random message before then. And so be ready to have an answer. So if you are looking for some accountability or some extra help, like I was talking to Jean about, drop me in the comments if you're watching the replay, or you can drop something in the chat now and let me know. I'm here to help you guys, help you find a balance and stay on track for things. Few reminders, class tonight is 5:10 to 5:40. It's a live Zoom class. It is strength training. Bring your weights, your resistance band, your weighted backpack, whatever you have for weights tonight. If you have never done a class before, your first class is free. So just jump on, and then we'll worry about how to go about paying after. Other reminders are the April class schedule has changed. There will be no classes the last week in April. I'm going on vacation again, sorry. So with that being the case, if you want recordings for that week on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday when we normally have class, let me know, drop a class in the comments so that I know to put you on that list so I can send you so you get the recordings. And that week I'm gone, we will not have a live training. So next week will be our last live Thursday training just for April, and then we'll be off for a week and then we'll be back in May. So next week we are going to combine last week and this week together. I'm going to create a little program that you guys can do in about 10 minutes or less. That is going to have some stretching and some workout to it, so that for 10 minutes you can set a timer and you can be done and you can get the best of both worlds. So I'm excited for that next week. Thank you guys so much for being here today and showing up. I have so much fun and I love getting up and moving instead of just sitting in front of the computer, and I hope you guys too. Have a great rest of your Thursday. Do you guys have any questions, concerns, comments, anything?
No.
Perfect. I will see you guys either later tonight for class at 5:10 or next Thursday at 3. Have a great weekend.
Bye.